Asatru, A Native European Spirituality by Stephen McDowell. Chapter 1 Asatru, A Native European Religion. Asatru is a native, pre-Christian religion of Europe. It is the way by which the Germanic peoples have traditionally related to the divine, to each other, and to the world around them. If your ancestors were German, Danish, Norwegian, Swedish, Icelandic, or Dutch, Asatru was their spiritual path before they became Christians. Many people from what is now France, Russia, Spain, and northern Italy, indeed from all across Europe, also have ancestors who practice Asatru. The Germanic tribes wandered all over the map of Europe, from Iceland to Russia, from the frozen north of Scandinavia to the Mediterranean. The Germanic peoples conquered and settled over a span of thousands of years. Today, their descendants are spread around the world. We may refer to ourselves as Americans or English, Germans or Canadians, but behind these labels lurks an older, more essential identity. Our forefathers were Angles and Saxons, Lombards and Heruli, Goths and Vikings, and as sons and daughters of these people, we are united by ties of blood and culture undimmed by the centuries. Asatru is our native way. Just as there is a Native American religion and a Native African religion, so there is a Native European religion, and Asatru is one of its expressions. In the 1960s and 1970s, many Native Americans regained an interest in their traditional religion and made it an integral part of a renewed pride and assertiveness. The American Indian movement was largely inspired by the traditional religion, and their religious beliefs remain an important component of their political, social, and religious identity. During the same period, many African Americans turned to the religions of their ancestors for strength and connection. At least one intentional community, Otoyuni in South Carolina, was established where people of African descent could practice their Yoruba tribal lifestyle, including making offerings to their gods. Today, it is the turn of European Americans to remember that they, too, are a distinct people with a tribal, pre-Christian past. It is only natural that native European religions, including Asatru, will be part of this social phenomenon. When ancient gods stir, their people wake and arise. The word Asatru is Icelandic, and it means something like true to the gods. Since the Scandinavian version of our ancestral beliefs is the best documented, we take much of Asatru's modern terminology and imagery from the Norse world. The soul of Asatru, however, is not confined to the Scandinavian model, but includes the beliefs of all the Germanic peoples. Indeed, the closer we look, the more it becomes apparent that the peoples of Europe all share a strong heritage. Asatru reflects the deeper religiosity common to the nations of Europe as a whole. About terms. Before getting into the bulk of this book, we need to explain some terms. Asatru is sometimes called a pagan religion. I seldom use that term because to the average person it conjures up images of primitives hiding from the lightning and tossing maidens into volcanoes. At best, it suggests people who have no religious or moral system. To the relatively small fraction of the public familiar with the modern pagan or neo-pagan movement, pagan may mean other things, some of them not very complimentary. If we wish to avoid either association, we must not, in general, describe ourselves as pagans. We have enough to do without changing people's negative definitions of words. When I have used the word pagan in this book, it is in a historical sense. More often, the word heathen is used when referring to Asatru. I seldom use that term either for the same reason. It inhibits communication. While the dictionary definition of heathen certainly includes people following a religion other than Christianity, Islam, and Judaism, the picture in the public's mind is still that of an ignorant, superstitious, or uncouth person. In practice, I use whatever word will describe us most effectively to the audience to which I am speaking. When talking to people in the New Age movement, I may indeed call us pagans, but that is the term they will know. But to most audience, I refer to us as Asatru, as an indigenous European religion, or a native European religion. Asatru has much more in common with traditional American Indian religion, indigenous African religion, or similar ethnic beliefs than with what passes for paganism in the modern industrialized West. It is the way of a people, in our case, the people of Northern Europe. It is a part of our deeper identification, our way of relating to the holy, an expression of our soul. Terminology aside, what is Asatru like? What is the feel of this religion? How, in a few simple statements, might we describe our faith? The sentences that follow are my attempt to convey the attitude, the essence of our beliefs. The world is good. Prosperity is good. Life is good, and we should live it with joy and enthusiasm. We are free to shape our lives to the extent allowed by our skill, courage, and might. There is no predestination, no fate, no limitations imposed by the will of any external deity. We do not need salvation. All we need is the freedom to face our lives with courage and honor. We are connected to all our ancestors. They are a part of us. We, in turn, will be a part of our descendants. We are also linked to all our living kin, to our families, and to every man and woman rooted in the tribes of Europe. These latter are our greater family. We are connected to nature and subject to its laws. The holy powers often express themselves in nature's beauty and might. We believe that morality does not depend on commandments, but arises from the dignity and honor of the noble-minded man and woman. We do not fear the holy powers or consider ourselves their slaves. On the contrary, we share community and fellowship with the divine. The holy powers encourage us to grow and advance to higher levels. We honor the holy powers under the names given them by our northern Germanic ancestors. We practice Asatru by honoring the turning of the seasons, the ancestors, the divine, and ourselves in everyday life. Asatru is about roots, about connection, about coming home.